Hey guys, this is your DJ MonDo from tejanolokomail radio. You guys have to know who this is.
Hello, on behalf of myself, Shelly Lares, LMD. Thanks for joining us, and it's great to see you again.
I know it's been a while. Obviously you're okay. It's been a while. Okay,
I think was it Vegas?
I think it was Vegas. Yeah, like 3, 4 years ago.
Was it been that long already? No, but we're here. It's a beautiful night. Of course, Premios Tejano Mundial are kicking off tomorrow, but tonight it's Tejano Honors, and I'm being honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award alongside the iconic Sunny Ozuna, and I are both being honored tonight, so we're super excited.
Yeah. So what does it mean to you, the Tejano Mundial, and especially because this is their 3rd year? What does it mean to you to be here and to be given an award with Tejano Mundial?
Oh, it's a great honor. Obviously, the word lifetime achievement is something that I don't take lightly. It's definitely an award that not that we don't deserve the awards that we get, but this is on a different level, I think. And again, being alongside, one of the pioneers of Tejano music, I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for Sunny Ozuna. So, for me to be receiving the award with him tonight is incredible. But working with Tejano Mundial, I was actually one of the first artists that Francisco Chapa called in 2020 when he was thinking of starting Tejano Mundial. So I knew about this before fans knew about it, and he just wanted my advice and to see what my thoughts were. And I was like, hey, if anybody can do it, it's you, Francisco. You've been in the industry for a long time. You're a musician. I got to produce my own segment for the virtual, the very first annual. And then last year, I got to perform with my girls, Sonia de la Paz, Monica Saldivar, Demi Garcia, for the first and only time we've ever done Nada de Ti live. So, I'm just overwhelmed. And anytime I can be here with my family, it's great. But yes, I'm still retired. I'm still off the road. And right now I'm producing a lot. I'm releasing a lot of artists right now.
I did notice that. Okay, so I guess the first question is that everyone wants to know is why the retirement, Shelly?
Well, I was just, I've been doing it 40 years consecutively. People think that I just kind of, started in the 90s, I guess. And I'm like, no, I started in 1982 to be exact. And, it's been a long process. But the main one was because, I wanted to retire still loving what I do. I didn't want to get burned out. And honest to God, I had other aspirations. Working in hospice is something that I wanted to do, end-of-life hospice, which is what I'm doing right now. But I'm doing it through music. I'm doing some music therapy for hospice patients, and of course, concentrate on Shell Shock Records 3, my label, signing artists, producing artists, and that's, so I'm doing everything I wanted to do right now.
And your record label too. You have a lot of artists, a lot of great artists actually, a lot of beautiful voices. You have Annika, you have little Alias.
Allie did she's my 12-year-old that did the I Am a Child song that we did for Rob Elementary Families that I co-wrote alongside Rebecca Valadez. But I have El Gallo Des, who's out of Palm Springs, California. He's the only guy that I have right now. And let's see, who else do I have? Alicia C. And Annika, of course. And I just released 18-year-old Kiana from Hurley, New Mexico. So aside from her, Allie is next up to be released, my 12-year-old. And then I have Miriam, who's out of the Oregon area. She's really hot on TikTok right now. So I have a lot of artists. Plus, I'm still producing artists that hire me to produce. I'm still doing that, but the artists that are affiliated with Shell Shock Records are those artists.
That's exciting. That's kind of amazing because I know I dabbed with doing a song, and that takes a lot of work, girl.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. And one of the things that I really take seriously, it's not just me producing. Like I see through past once the song is released, and mentoring the artists to make them understand what the industry is, what it takes to be an artist. But one of the things that I really listen to is their unique sound. And all of the artists that I have are all super different from each other, and they can all carry their own. One of the things is they do not need auto-tune. So I love that, and they know in my studio it does not exist. I do not believe in using auto-tune for artists. If I don't know if you're ready to be on record. I don't know if you're ready to be on record, but I'm enjoying it. I got my recording studio now, which is Shell Shock Studios, and just really focusing on the next generation. I think I've been more beneficial off stage. I mean, I know it's only been a couple of months, but I came out of the gate, running with my artist. I released an artist every week in February. Now we're doing March. So yeah, I mean, so far so good.
So what about Vegas? Are you going to be still doing the Vegas thing?
No, I'm not doing my showcase anymore. That was part of the retirement, was that I wasn't going to be doing my showcase anymore. But I mean, there's no doubt that it's still going to be very successful, and it's still a huge platform for artists, to perform there. It's super important that artists, still get there and utilize the performances. But I wish David and Sarah, all the luck, and they know that I love them. And I mean, you'll see me when my artists are part of it. I will be there when my artists start performing and stuff like that. But I'm still nurturing them. They're still learning. They're still getting to know the business, and I'm just going to keep mentoring them all the way.
Let's talk a little bit about the artists, especially the newer ones. Because I mean, obviously I see Gabriela. She has a phenomenal voice. We have Annika. She has a phenomenal voice.
Rubian is here. Rubian's another artist that I mentor also, and of course, Sonia de la Paz is someone that had great success with me on other. Now she's doing well on her own as well. Gosh, who else is there? I mean, Carla Cristina. So I mean, there's some amazing artists, and if you notice, I mean, there's some guys too. Asalto, our guys, they're really the guys that I got into Vegas last year.
Oh yeah.
Nobody had knew who they were, and David Chavez was like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "You'll know who they are. Just put them in the show." And now they're doing the Gran Baile.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, you see, I like to do a lot of things behind the scenes, and people don't really know how hard I work for artists, behind the scenes, and that I do use my name as leverage to help.
Yeah.
I've earned this right. Obviously, I've worked 40 years, and I've earned this opportunity to be able to just make a phone call and say, hey, give this artist a shot, and they listen.
So who's your stylist? Because girl, you're always blinging out. You're always like styling.
My beautiful fiance Mia, she's the one that does it all. She's my stylist and my makeup artist. Because trust me, y'all, I can't do this.
Girl, because you're always.
Suit up, you know me. I'm gonna be in my cap and my chucks and very little makeup if it were me. But and this is the other part that I don't miss. I don't miss wearing the heels. I don't miss putting on the makeup. I don't miss the red carpets. No disrespect to my fans. Trust me, guys. But when you've done it 40 years, it's like, oh. And every single weekend, putting makeup on like this and heels on like this, I'm like, I'm tired. I don't wanna wear heels anymore. And here I am, back in my heels.
So is there anything you want to tell like the new artists out there that are making it out there, making their name, especially if they get into that? Because I know sometimes they get to that rut, like, oh, they're not giving me that shot, they're not giving me that sign.
There's a lot of that. One of the things that has kind of bothered me that I see on social media, not kind of, but it does bother me, and I have been vocal about this to a lot of artists, is that don't get discouraged, especially by award shows. By lack of radio airplay. I see that there's already a lot of new artists that are already tainted. What I mean by tainted, I mean they already have kind of a negative view on the industry. They have a negative view on radio, on award shows, and I'm like, guys, to be an artist, that never stops. You work every single day to stay relevant, and you have to be consistent. And I think the moment that you start expecting that there's some sort of entitlement, like why is this person being and if every artist would just concentrate on themselves and not worry about what the other artists are doing, we'd be great, because everyone has something to bring to the table. But you may go your whole career not feeling recognized. I didn't win my first award right away. I mean, I was nominated for other awards, and I waited, I want to say, especially for like the Tejano Music Awards. I was nominated for the first time for Female Vocalist, Female Entertainer in 1989. I'd been nominated prior to that, but in 1989, I was the only artist that stayed consecutive in those two categories for a decade almost, and I didn't win until 1998. So I waited from 89 to 98, and you want to complain about not winning an award after one single? Give me a break. I mean, come on, man. You know, so these are the things that and artists know when they come to me, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you straight up how it is, and either you're going to take it and run with it in a good way, or it's going to hurt your feelings. I mean, you know, we gotta stay focused, gotta stay working, and you gotta think about what you're gonna bring to the table that's different. If you want your music heard, your music needs to be on a high standard. But I think a lot of what has hurt our industry is lack of label representation, lack of management, and A&R. What I mean by that is people like Jose Rosario, who's here. Jose Rosario has been a record exec for Capitol Records and Sony. He was with me when I was with Sony Discos. So you're talking about managing, like being in a label where he's handled Ricky Martin, Ana Gabriel, Juan Gabriel, I mean, major artists. So he knew how to make us understand, look, it's about your look, it's about, you know, knowing how to brand yourself. You know what I'm saying? Branding yourself, but you know what your brand is, right? You have your own thing. But that's what it takes. And, you know, I just hope that the new artists out there don't get discouraged. But, you know, I just think it just takes a lot of work and time and dedication.
No, yes, I totally agree. I know exactly what you mean. Don't fall.
I got my platforms.
So what would you expect for the new artists in, say, a few years? What do you see the outcome to be like for them?
Well, you know, I wouldn't want to be a new artist right now. What I mean by that is, I know that digital and, you know, all of the digital platforms are very necessary. But, I mean, to me, it kind of gets boring. I miss the days of having vinyls and CDs and things that a fan can actually hold and read and open. And you know, and our music is easily stolen nowadays. I mean, we have people out there, and they may be watching, that have their own YouTube channels. And before our YouTube channel comes out, once it hits digital, they're already sharing it. You know, they have it on theirs. And I'm like, people don't understand. There's a certain thing that you have to be very careful with, you know, if you don't own the rights to something. But I would say, I think it's coming around with the caliber of artists. I think we got to do things on a very high standard, guys. And if you're an aspiring artist and all you hear are from family and friends that you sing well, you need to go find out from a professional. Ask a producer, ask a musician that's been around, because family may not always have the ear for music. And sometimes I've had artists that, you know, come to me and they're like, they'll show me their song and I can hear intonation problems, or I hear their lack of originality, and I tell them, you're not ready to record a record yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to keep working at your craft, but it takes someone to be honest with you, and it's not to be mean, it's constructive criticism, and it's only what's going to make us better.
So, is there anything else you want to add? Because I know I can stay here or stand here forever. Is there anything else you want to add to tell everybody? Any words of wisdom, any blessings, anything that you want to tell your fans, your family, the industry?
Well, I thought I just shared words of wisdom, but I guess not.
More?
Now I'm going to have to start charging him for my consulting that I'm consulting right now. No, I just want to say, you know, thank you so much to all of the Tejano music fans. You guys have been so amazing to me for 40 years. No, I'm not going to be back on the road. I'm not back on the road. I'm here tonight to be honored, and I'll be here tomorrow because Alicia C., my artist, is nominated for New Artist of the Year. And I'm going to be seen at award shows because my artists are going to be there, and I have to show face and support them. But I just want to say thank you. And those of you that are supporting El Gallo Des, Rogando por tu Amor, Annika, Óyeme, let's see, Alicia C., Te Digo Adios, Kiana, Superhéroe is coming out on digital platforms. So thank y'all for that, y'all. Appreciate it.
That's right, guys. This is your DJ MonDo from tejanoloko.com radio and
Shelly Lares, LMD. Thanks, guys.